People who are crazy enough to think they could change the world are the ones who do. This quote is by Steve Jobs. This quote is perfect and captures who he is in the transformation of modern technology. Today, my speech is commemorating the life of Steve Jobs as we will be going through his humble upbringings to the challenges he faced along the way, to the legacy he left behind him. And Steve Jobs always taught us to think different. Born February 24th, 1955 in San Francisco, California, Steve Jobs was adopted at birth and was faced with challenges right away. He was adopted to a good home who always taught him creativity. Jobs dropped out of college, and people thought this would set him back, but this drove him nothing but closer to his dreams and fulfilling his vision. That shaped the future of modern technology as we know today. In 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak created the company Apple in Jobs' garage. And in 1984, they came out with the first version of the Macintosh, or Mac as we know today, which gave the world, that opened the world of personal computers. And the first Macintosh was very user-friendly, first of its time. The invention did not stop there. Jobs later came out in the early 2000s with his iPod, his version of an MP3 player. I remember growing up in the 2000s, my mom had her own iPod 3, and she used to play me Maroon 5, songs about Jane, Sunday Morning, and She Will Be Loved, and This Love. I just remember growing up listening to that almost every day. But Jobs did not just stop at the iPod. They eventually came out with the iPad and the iPhone, and that skyrocketed sales for Apple. And this opened up the world of technology as we know today. Jobs' philosophy was simple, yet profound. Design is not what it is. Design is not what it looks like and feels. Design is how it works. He believed in creating products that were elegant and just perfect and good that we need today. Beyond technology, his story was resilient, from being fired from his own company and later rehired, which later in 1977, his other company Next was bought out by Apple, which returned him back to Apple, back to his own company he got fired from. Don't know how that happens. And he led Apple to many inventions and Apple we know today. And his bringing back to Apple unprecedented tons of success for the company. And this is a testament of his determination and creativity and his ability to reinvent himself and his company back to the top, and inspires us and millions across the world and many entrepreneurs and innovators. Jobs' life was filled with lessons for all of us. One of the most inspirational and probably just iconic moments was his 2005 commemorative address at Stanford, where he taught us he taught us, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly successful is to love what you do. His words resonated for beyond those few thousand sitting at Stanford that day for the graduation 2005. It opened up the whole tech world again, back to Jobs with his words, encouraging people from all walks of life, not just the tech world, all walks of life, to just attack your dreams fearlessly. But as we reflect on the life of Steve Jobs, we celebrate a man who not just changed our world, but a man who not just followed a blueprint, but his blueprint of creating probably the biggest company in the world as we know today is an Apple. His inventions connected us all, inspired us, remind us about the endless possibilities of creativity. So I just want to end with today about his famous few words that he left at the same 2005 address, stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you.